Look at him go. He has used this jetpack to fly over the Grand Canyon and over the Swiss Alps. How does he do it?
Jetpack technology just crossed a line no one thought possible. Thanks to Japanese inventors, personal flight is no longer a dream. It's happening. From water-powered liftoffs to devices that turn soldiers into real-life superheroes, these breakthroughs are rewriting the rules of flight. Join us as we reveal the 15 revolutionary jetpack inventions that shocked the world. Number 15, JB12 Jetpack. In a top-secret desert test flight, military officials watched in disbelief as a human figure launched straight into the sky. No runway, no cockpit, just a sleek jetpack humming with raw power. That flight wasn't a stunt. It was a demonstration of the JB12 Jetpack Aviation's cutting-edge leap in personal flight technology. Unlike the bulky and underwhelming attempts of decades past, this jetpack doesn't just fly. It performs with military-grade precision. Powered by 6 compact micro-turbine engines, the JB12 produces an incredible 800 pounds of thrust. That's enough to shoot its pilot upward at 120 miles per hour, navigating tight spaces or rising above mountainous terrain with the grace of a trained falcon. Its control system, a pair of finely tuned joysticks, allows for split-second directional changes and throttle control so precise that the device practically moves with your thoughts. What caught defense agencies by surprise, though, wasn't just the speed or agility, it was the endurance. The JB12 can stay airborne for 10 minutes straight, reaching altitudes of up to 15,000 feet. That's higher than many conventional helicopters typically fly, giving it an edge in terrain where rotorcraft struggle. During field trials backed by DARPA, the jetpack showed it could be deployed within minutes, making it ideal for special ops insertions, border patrol, or emergency extractions in places too remote for traditional aircraft. Its frame is small enough to fit in the back of a vehicle and light enough to carry on foot, making it one of the few machines that combines tactical mobility with true vertical takeoff capabilities. But the buzz around the JB12 didn't stop at the military. Hollywood is already knocking, eyeing the jetpack for big-budget chase scenes and superhero stunts. Fire and rescue departments are also exploring its use in reaching inaccessible cliffs or rooftops when every second counts. This isn't a concept. It's a working machine that has already flown in front of government officials, engineers, and aerospace insiders, and it left them stunned. But before this marvel took center stage, another jetpack laid the groundwork for everything we're seeing today. One that blasted off decades ago and became an icon long before the tech could catch up. Number 14, Bell Rocket Belt. The most jaw-dropping thing about this jetpack wasn't how high it flew, it was when it flew. Long before drones, space tourism, or hoverboards, engineers in the 1960s were already strapping pilots into rocket-powered backpacks and blasting them off the ground. The Bell Rocket Belt wasn't just the world's first true jetpack. It was a glimpse into the future, launched from an era still lit by vacuum tubes and rotary phones. Developed by Bell Aerospace for the U.S. military, the rocket belt was powered by a chemical reaction between hydrogen peroxide and a catalyst, creating superheated steam and oxygen that roared from twin nozzles and lifted the pilot into the air. It reached altitudes of up to 30 feet and speeds of 60 miles per hour. But here's the catch. Each flight lasted just 21 seconds. That brief window didn't stop it from dazzling onlookers and securing its place in both aviation history and pop culture. Military planners initially envisioned it as a game changer, perfect for rapid troop movement across rivers, minefields, or urban zones. Its intuitive hand controls made piloting feel natural, allowing for tight turns, short hovers, and pinpoint landings. In one legendary classified demo at Fort Bragg, high-ranking officials watched in awe as a soldier soared over open ground like something straight out of a comic book. And though its short flight time limited practical use, the very idea of it reshaped what people thought was physically possible. What really cemented the rocket belt's legendary status wasn't just its tech, but its impact. It flew its way into the opening scene of Thunderball, turning James Bond into a rocket-powered icon and launching the device into global fame. It became a symbol of mid-century innovation and Cold War ambition, inspiring generations of scientists, stuntmen, and dreamers. Though it never reached widespread military deployment, the Bell rocket belt set the stage for every jetpack that came after. It was daring, it was loud, and it proved, without question, that human flight could be personal. Now fast forward a few decades, because the next invention didn't come from a lab, it was built in a backyard, and the internet couldn't believe it was real. Number 13. Copter Pack. It wasn't a military prototype or a billion-dollar aerospace project that captured the internet's imagination. It was a lone inventor gliding above the Australian coastline, suspended by what looked like a drone strapped to his back. That moment, caught on video, quickly exploded across social media, not because it was flashy or dangerous, but because it was real, and it worked. The Copter Pack didn't just fly, it floated quietly, smoothly, and with a kind of elegance no one expected from a machine that had been built in a backyard workshop. Unveiled in 2021, the Copter Pack is a fully electric jetpack powered by two large battery-driven rotors positioned on either side of the pilot. The entire system is encased in a carbon fiber frame that doubles as both structure and safety cage, and while it looks minimalist, the tech behind it is anything but. At a cruising speed of around 30 miles per hour and an altitude of nearly 50 feet, it offers just enough flight time, about 5 minutes, to prove a point. Personal electric flight is no longer science fiction. What makes the Copter Pack truly different is its control system. It relies on gyroscopic sensors that respond to slight body movements, allowing the pilot to steer by simply shifting weight. No joysticks, no complex inputs, just balance and instinct. That simplicity, paired with near-silent rotors and zero emissions, earned it the attention of engineers and futurists alike. Could this be the future of urban commuting? Emergency access to unreachable areas? Or maybe just the start of a new class of hobby flight? It's not a commercial product yet, but the Copter Pack's viral debut gave the world a rare glimpse into what's possible when innovation is driven by passion rather than profit. Built without government contracts or aerospace backing, it showed that one determined mind with the right tools can challenge decades of flight tradition and win. Number 12. Go Fast Jetpack. Visualize a vibrant festival, thousands of spectators gazing skyward as a pilot, strapped to a sleek rig, ignites a trail of superheated steam, ascending with a thunderous roar that echoes across the valley. This is the Go Fast Jetpack, engineered by Jetpack International in the United States, a hydrogen peroxide-powered marvel designed to captivate audiences with its raw power. The thin mountain air didn't slow it down. In fact, it became one of the most jaw-dropping moments in personal aviation history. For the engineers behind it, this wasn't just a stunt. It was proof that their design could handle real-world extremes. Fueled by hydrogen peroxide that reacts with a catalyst to produce superheated steam, it shoots its pilot upward at speeds nearing 70 miles per hour. Each flight lasts only about 30 seconds, but in that time, the jetpack can reach altitudes of up to 250 feet, turning its operator into a one-person rocket show. Its handheld throttle provides just enough control to hover, twist, and bank in midair, making it the centerpiece of sports spectacles, air shows, and world expos. But make no mistake, this is not just flash and thunder. The Go Fast Jetpack was built with precision and durability in mind. Its sleek, high-pressure tank system is surprisingly portable, and its performance has been tested under some of the most unforgiving conditions on Earth. At events like the X Games or Dubai's aviation showcases, its deafening roar and trailing plume of steam have become synonymous with high-octane entertainment. The magic of the Go Fast Jetpack isn't just in its noise or speed. It's in the way it channels old-school rocket belt nostalgia into something raw and modern. There's no digital wizardry here, just pure propulsion and nerves of steel. Every flight is a battle against gravity, one with chemistry and courage. The Go Fast was built to thrill crowds, but some were built to save lives and change the way we respond to emergencies in the air. Number 11. Martin Jetpack. In 2016, the city of Dubai made headlines for a proposal that sounded like it was lifted from a sci-fi thriller, deploying jetpacks for first responders to reach emergencies in high-rise towers. And at the center of that bold vision was the Martin Jetpack, a machine that wasn't just a concept, but a working prototype ready to take flight. Developed in New Zealand by inventor Glenn Martin, the Martin Jetpack took a radically different approach to personal aviation. Rather than rely on rockets or turbines, it used two powerful ducted fans mounted vertically to produce lift, allowing pilots to climb as high as 5,000 feet at speeds up to 46 miles per hour. More than just a stunt device, it was engineered with real-world utility in mind. Its fly-by-wire system and carbon fiber frame made it not only stable, but surprisingly intuitive to fly, like steering a floating motorcycle through the sky. The Martin Jetpack was never intended to dazzle stadium crowds. It was designed to save lives. Its endurance, up to 30 minutes of flight, and heavy lift capacity made it ideal for rescue missions, industrial inspections, and rapid response scenarios in terrains that helicopters might struggle with. The Dubai initiative wasn't just PR. It reflected genuine interest in using the jetpack to navigate dense urban skylines and reach places where traditional aircraft couldn't go. Although the company behind it shut down in 2019 due to financial hurdles, the jetpack itself left behind a serious legacy. At over $150,000 per unit, it wasn't cheap, but it proved that sustained, stable, and safe vertical flight could be achieved without rockets or wings. Engineers took notice, and many modern vertical takeoff and landing projects today borrow from its design. The Martin Jetpack may no longer be in production, but it remains a symbol of how far personal flight has come, and how much further it could go when innovation meets purpose. And if stories like this spark your imagination, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps us keep exploring the skies, one invention at a time. Number 10. Speeder Jetpack. The aerospace world took notice when Jetpack Aviation secured a $10 million DARPA contract, proof that the US military wasn't just intrigued by the Speeder Jetpack, but ready to invest in its future on the battlefield. This wasn't your average flying machine. Built like a motorcycle but powered by 4 roaring turbine engines, the Speeder is a vertical takeoff and landing vehicle that flies faster, higher, and more precisely than anything else in its class. First revealed in 2022, the Speeder combines raw jet power with smart, AI-assisted flight controls that keep it remarkably stable, even at blistering speeds of up to 150 miles per hour. Capable of reaching altitudes as high as 15,000 feet, it pushes well beyond traditional jetpack limits, entering the airspace usually reserved for small aircraft. But what truly sets it apart is how seamlessly it blends brute force with refined control. Pilots can pivot, hover, or shoot forward with pinpoint accuracy, making it equally suited for adrenaline junkies, urban medics, and military special ops. Its foldable frame means it can be deployed in tight spots where helicopters or drones can't go. Whether responding to a crisis between skyscrapers or flying covert missions across rugged terrain, the Speeder adapts on the fly, quite literally. Jetpack Aviation didn't just build a flying machine, they engineered a solution. DARPA's backing accelerated development on its autonomous systems and boosted its fuel efficiency, inching it closer to full operational readiness. And while the military might be first in line, civilian interest isn't far behind. Pre-orders are already stacking up from those hoping to experience what's been described as a jet bike from the future. The noise, the lift, the impossible speed, it all adds up to a surreal but very real taste of tomorrow's flight. But as breathtaking as it is, the speeder is still rooted in traditional controls. Coming up next is a British invention that takes to the skies not just with engines, but with a virtual reality headset that turns your body into the joystick. Number 9. Dedalus Flight Pack. When a pilot raced through a virtual obstacle course high above a Red Bull Air Race crowd in 2024, tilting mid-air with arms outstretched, steered only by body movements and a glowing headset, the internet couldn't look away. It wasn't just a stunt, it was a glimpse into the future of flight. This jaw-dropping display introduced the world to the Dedalus Flight Pack, a creation by UK-based company Air Oxo, and one of the most immersive aviation experiences ever built. Debuted in 2023, the Dedalus stands apart by discarding traditional flight controls altogether. No joysticks and throttles. Instead, pilots strap into a carbon-framed jetpack equipped with hybrid turbines and motion-sensitive arm sensors. A virtual reality headset overlays real-time data, terrain simulation, and environmental visuals, transforming the sky into an interactive cockpit. Movements of the pilot's arms and body translate directly into flight inputs, allowing for incredibly fluid, intuitive control. It's not just flying, it's wearing the flight system itself. With a top speed of 60 miles per hour and a max altitude of 1,000 feet, the Dedalus can stay airborne for up to 8 minutes, plenty of time to deliver a spectacle or conduct a short-range mission. But where it truly excels is in its immersive potential. The virtual interface not only enables training simulations without ever leaving the ground, but can also project live augmented reality environments during flight. That Red Bull stunt, where digital pylons appeared mid-air for the pilot to dodge in real time, wasn't science fiction. It was a working feature. Lightweight, surprisingly quiet, and engineered for adaptability, the Dedalus isn't just a jetpack, it's a bridge between gaming and aviation. Tech leaders have hailed it as a breakthrough in human-machine synergy, and its applications could go far beyond sport and entertainment, from urban exploration to virtual command missions. Number 8. Triton Jetpack. At a time when aviation technology is being pushed to reduce emissions and rethink fuel, one jetpack quietly made waves, literally, by proving that exhilarating flight doesn't have to burn a single drop of fuel. The Triton Jetpack, launched in 2011 by JB12 Flyer, stunned the world not with fire or turbines, but with water. It's the only jetpack on this list that draws its power from the ocean itself. Instead of onboard engines, the Triton connects to a small watercraft via a flexible hose. That vessel pumps high-pressure water up to the backpack unit, where it's expelled through twin nozzles powerful enough to launch the pilot 30 feet above the surface. With speeds reaching up to 35 miles per hour and a flight duration of around 15 minutes, the experience is equal parts aerial ballet and aquatic roller coaster. It's no wonder resorts across Miami, Dubai, and Southeast Asia quickly embraced it. With a handheld controller and basic balance training, almost anyone can glide above the waves, dipping and spinning in ways that resemble marine life more than machinery. But it wasn't just the thrill that caught the world's attention. During a 2015 demo in the Maldives, JB12 Flyer revealed a version powered by an electric water pump system. It recycled seawater on the fly and left behind zero emissions, making it the first jetpack to truly align with environmental goals. No fumes, no noise pollution, just silent arcs of water against tropical skies. This blend of sustainability and spectacle quickly became a hit at eco-conscious resorts, where travelers could live out superhero fantasies without harming the fragile coastlines they came to enjoy. The Triton didn't just democratize jetpack flight, it redefined what flight could look and feel like near the water. Number 7. NASA's Manned Maneuvering Unit. In 1984, a single photograph froze time and captured the world's imagination. Suspended in the black void of space, hundreds of feet from the nearest spacecraft, astronaut Bruce McCandless floated untethered, propelled only by a machine strapped to his back. That moment, equal parts daring and poetic, marked the debut of NASA's Manned Maneuvering Unit, the first jetpack to make true solo spaceflight possible. Developed in the early 1980s by NASA and aerospace contractor Martin Marietta, the MMU was a breakthrough in astronaut mobility. It allowed crew members to drift up to 300 feet away from their shuttle without any safety lines. Instead of fire or flame, the MMU relied on 24 tiny nitrogen gas thrusters, each one releasing short bursts of compressed gas to gently shift direction. Controlled with a pair of hand grips, astronauts could move forward, backward, rotate, or hold a stable position with remarkable precision, essential in the zero-gravity, unforgiving environment of orbit. The MMU was more than just a spectacle. It enabled critical missions outside the spacecraft, such as satellite retrieval, maintenance, and inspection tasks that had once required bulky tethers and complex positioning. The level of independence it granted astronauts was unprecedented, and McCandless's iconic flight wasn't just a public relations milestone. It was a proof of concept that humans could operate like living satellites in space. Despite its triumphs, the MMU was retired before the decade ended. NASA shifted toward more conservative systems in favor of safety and redundancy, but the core idea lived on. Its successor, the safer, fully known as Simplified Aid for EVA Rescue, is a smaller, emergency-use version that astronauts still wear during spacewalks on the International Space Station, just in case they drift away. The Manned Maneuvering Unit remains one of the boldest tools ever built for human exploration. It gave astronauts something no other machine had: the ability to roam freely in the vastness of space, guided only by bursts of gas and the steady hands of science. But while the MMU dominated the vacuum above Earth, the next invention roars through the sky with jet-powered wings, blending the thrill of skydiving with the power of a fighter jet. Number 6. Turbine Wingsuit. In a bold leap over the Austrian Alps, Peter Salzmann did what no wingsuit pilot had ever done. He didn't just glide, he climbed. Midway through a 10,000-foot descent, Salzmann fired up twin electric turbines strapped to his chest, rising against gravity in a move that redefined what wingsuits could do. That moment, broadcast in a Red Bull-sponsored demo, didn't just stun adrenaline junkies, it marked a turning point in the evolution of human flight. This was the public debut of the Turbine Wingsuit, a revolutionary prototype engineered by Salzmann in collaboration with BMW's Innovation Lab. Traditional wingsuits rely solely on body position, gravity, and wind to maneuver. But Salzmann's design added a new element: controlled, sustainable thrust. Twin electric turbines mounted on the front of the suit provide a short burst of upward power, allowing the pilot to soar at speeds up to 120 miles per hour and even climb in mid-air for up to 5 minutes. The suit itself is built for performance. Feather-light, aerodynamic fabric wraps tightly around the body, while subtle shifts in movement let the pilot bank, spin, and accelerate with precision. This isn't just skydiving anymore. It's powered flight, with none of the flame or roar of traditional jet engines. The Whisper Quiet Thrust System, adapted from BMW's electric vehicle technology, offers a more eco-conscious way to touch the skies, sidestepping the noise and emissions of fuel-powered alternatives. But it wasn't just the tech that drew eyes. The visual of Salzmann soaring upward through snow-draped mountain air captured the imagination of thrill-seekers, engineers, and futurists alike. For the extreme sports world, it meant longer, more controlled stunts. For aerospace minds, it hinted at possibilities beyond recreation, from urban mobility to high-precision rescue operations. The Turbine Wingsuit is a bridge between human athleticism and advanced propulsion, giving pilots not just the freedom to fall, but the power to rise. If that flight blew your mind, share this with a friend who needs to see what the future of wingsuits really looks like. Number 5. Apollo Jetpack. Few jetpacks have captured the world's imagination quite like the Apollo Jetpack, a dazzling fusion of power and performance that turns every flight into a spectacle. Its defining moment came under the bright lights of the 2008 Beijing Olympics opening ceremony, where a pilot soared above the iconic Bird's Nest Stadium in a breathtaking display that symbolized human ingenuity and daring. That dramatic ascent, watched by billions, transformed the Apollo from mere machinery into a global icon of ambition and entertainment. Crafted by Jetpack International in the United States, the Apollo is fueled by hydrogen peroxide, which powers twin nozzles that blast superheated steam with a thunderous roar. Though its flight time is brief, lifting pilots 50 feet into the air for roughly 30 seconds, it makes every second count. Throttle controls allow pilots to perform spins, hovers, and pinpoint landings, turning them into airborne performers who mesmerize crowds with precision and flair. Unlike jetpacks designed for military missions or practical applications, the Apollo's heart beats for showmanship. Its piercing engine sound and dramatic steam trails cut through the air like fireworks, making it a favorite at sports events, music festivals, and conventions worldwide. From NFL halftime shows to global exhibitions, the Apollo has proven time and again that it thrives on high-energy moments where instant impact is everything. Beyond the spectacle, the Apollo Jetpack's engineering focuses on simplicity and reliability. Its compact design and high-pressure fuel system allow for quick setups and consistent performances, making it a go-to for event organizers seeking thrilling aerial displays. Each flight pushes the limits of what's possible in personal flight, turning pilots into modern-day Icaruses who capture imaginations with every fiery ascent. Number 4. H-202 Rocket Belt. When speed meets spectacle, few machines command attention like the H-202 Rocket Belt. Its defining highlight came in 2010 during a high-stakes speed trial, where the pilot blasted through the air at an astonishing 77 miles per hour, an electrifying feat that stunned thousands and confirmed this jetpack's place in aviation history. This modern reinvention of the 1960s Bell rocket belt delivers a stunning combination of raw power and precision control that continues to captivate audiences around the world. Developed by Jetpack International in the United States, the H-202 harnesses the explosive reaction of hydrogen peroxide with a catalyst to propel pilots up to 100 feet high and 70 miles per hour, all in bursts lasting around 30 seconds. Despite its compact 139-pound frame, it provides enough thrust for acrobatic maneuvers, mid-air flips, spins, and smooth hovers, bringing aerial stunts to new heights of excitement. Its intuitive throttle controls let pilots command these daring feats with a responsiveness that turns every performance into a breathtaking display. Beyond its raw power, the rocket belt is a visual spectacle. Twin nozzles blast steam that roars like thunder, leaving glowing trails that streak through the sky like fiery comets. This captivating effect has made it a showstopper at venues ranging from the adrenaline-fueled X Games to dazzling air shows in Dubai. Its unmistakable roar and explosive style electrify crowds, transforming pilots into larger-than-life figures who embody the spirit of bold, adrenaline-charged flight. The visionary behind the H-202, Troy Widgery, shaped this rocket belt to thrive on thrilling live events, blending the nostalgia of a retro design with cutting-edge technology. Its reliability and showmanship have earned it global acclaim, making it a symbol of daring innovation and entertainment. Number 3. Jetman's carbon fiber wing. Few moments in aviation have captured the world's imagination quite like the flight of Jetman Dubai over the city skyline. In 2017, Vince Refet defied gravity and convention when he launched from a stationary platform and soared to nearly 6,000 feet in under a minute, performing acrobatic maneuvers with the grace and precision of a fighter pilot. This extraordinary feat wasn't just a stunt. It marked a revolution in personal flight, proving that human-powered jet wings could take off without a helicopter or runway, relying solely on raw innovation and courage. The heart of this breakthrough lies in the carbon fiber wing itself, a masterpiece of lightweight engineering powered by 4 compact jet engines. Designed for both speed and agility, the wing propels pilots at up to 150 miles per hour, granting them the ability to bank, dive, and hover with intuitive control. Pilots steer through subtle shifts in body weight, turning their flight into a fluid, bird-like dance above Dubai's desert and skyscrapers. Unlike earlier jetpacks tethered to bulky equipment, this wing offers an unmatched freedom. No launch pads or aircraft needed, just the pilot, the wing, and open sky. This innovation was born from the vision of Jetman Dubai, combining aerospace technology with the spirit of extreme sports to push human limits. Refet's iconic flights, backed by Expo 2020, attracted millions online, inspiring awe and redefining what personal aviation could achieve. His untimely passing in 2020 was a reminder of the risks involved, but his legacy continues to drive advancements, encouraging pilots and engineers to dream bigger. Number 2. Yves Rossi's Jetwing. When Yves Rossi slipped into formation beside hulking Airbus planes mid-flight, no cockpit, no controls, just a carbon fiber wing and jet turbines on his back, the world witnessed something once thought impossible: a human being flying with the precision of a fighter jet. Few feats in aviation history have stirred such awe and admiration as Yves Rossi's daring flights with his jet-powered carbon fiber wing. Breaking free from traditional aircraft, Rossi's invention gave birth to a new breed of flight, one where a pilot becomes an airborne falcon, slicing through the sky at nearly 200 miles per hour. His flights, launched from planes but fully controlled by body movements alone, pushed the limits of what personal flight could achieve, blending raw human skill with cutting-edge technology. Rossi's wing, a sleek carbon fiber structure fitted with 4 miniature jet turbines, allows pilots to soar up to 12,000 feet and glide for 10 intense minutes without any cockpit controls. Steering is accomplished entirely through subtle shifts in body position, offering an almost instinctive connection between pilot and machine. The jet wing isn't just a tool, it's an extension of the human body in flight, enabling breathtaking dives, rolls, and turns with the precision of a fighter jet. The most electrifying moment came in 2011, when Rossi flew alongside commercial airliners over Mexico at 7,000 feet, weaving between massive Airbus planes with astonishing grace. This jaw-dropping display, witnessed by millions around the world, shattered expectations and earned Rossi a place among the legends of aviation. His flights have crossed iconic locations from the English Channel to Rio de Janeiro, captivating audiences with their daring and elegance. Lightweight yet powerful, the Jetwing's design challenged long-held beliefs about wearable aviation, inspiring engineers and dreamers alike to envision a future where personal flight becomes a reality. Number 1. Flyboard Air. Flying 22 miles across the English Channel with nothing but a jet-powered board beneath his feet, Frankie Zapata didn't just defy gravity, he stunned the world. In a scene that felt torn from a sci-fi blockbuster, the former jet ski champion soared above the waves at over 140 miles per hour, refueled mid-air, and landed as a pioneer of a new era in personal flight. The Flyboard Air, the brainchild of French inventor and former jet ski champion Frankie Zapata, turned this dream into a breathtaking spectacle. Unlike earlier jetpacks restricted by cables or limited fuel, this hoverboard-like device is powered by 5 turbojet engines, enabling pilots to reach speeds exceeding 140 miles per hour and climb to heights of up to 10,000 feet, all controlled by the rider's balance and weight shifts, like surfing the open sky. This breakthrough offered an unprecedented level of freedom and agility in personal aviation. The Flyboard Air quickly attracted attention not only from thrill seekers, but also from military agencies impressed by its potential for rapid, flexible mobility in challenging environments. Zapata's boldest demonstration came in 2019 with his dramatic crossing of the English Channel. Flying 22 miles in 35 minutes with a mid-air refueling stop, Zapata's feat was broadcast worldwide and celebrated as a milestone in jet-powered flight. The precision and endurance he displayed silenced skeptics and marked a significant leap toward practical, portable flight solutions. At just 55 pounds, the Flyboard Air's lightweight frame and intuitive controls hint at a future where urban air transport could become a reality. Beyond its show-stopping performances, it inspires engineers and dreamers alike, blending cutting-edge tech with the spirit of adventure. Frankie Zapata didn't just build a machine, he created a symbol of human ingenuity, daring, and the endless pursuit of flight. This is the pinnacle of personal jet propulsion, redefining what's possible and inviting all of us to look up and imagine what's next. Subscribe for more mind-blowing tech that's reshaping the skies, because this is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.